Hi everyone, it's me Darlene. I am back with another block for our quilt along, the Crumb with Me quilt along. I am going to make a block. I'm really short on time for this video, so I'm going to just give you a couple of tips for those of you who are not pros at crumb quilting yet. And then I'm going to give you a couple of sizes so you can make 3 blocks after this video. I do want to tell you that we are going to be making up to blocks W. So that means 23 blocks, right? Because XYZ is all that's left. Gee, I should have gone to Z. But don't let that scare you. A lot of the blocks are small. You're going to just zip right through it. Putting it together is going to be very easy. Another thing is that if you know nothing about crumb quilting, I have an entire series. The link is in the description of this video. It'll be on the end screen of this video. It's on my blog, darlenemichaud.com. All right, let's just get started. First, before I forget, let me give you the sizes of the 2 other blocks. I'm giving you D, H, and I'm going to make S. So D is 6.5 wide by 6.5 tall, 6.5 square. So you don't have to worry about any, orientation for that one. 6.5 square. H is 6 wide by 5 tall. So it's going to be 6 wide this way and then 5 tall this way. So if you're doing something that, is directional, just know that, that it's 6 wide by 5 tall. And then S that I'm making is 6.5 wide by 9 inches tall. And I highly encourage you to just put crumb pieces together. You don't have to do them this big. You can have just small things going on, just stuff like this, whatever, because you can use all of that. Now, I'm going to use this to do the 6.5 by 9. That's the S block. And I want to show you. This is just something that I already had. And I need 6.5 this way. I have some flannel here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I don't really have a half. And on this side, it's pretty narrow. Especially after it's, trimmed. This pink side. Mine have little fuzzies because they moved with me from Maine. Now, if you're not comfortable with that narrowness because you're going to have to sew, I love it because when I sew something there and open it, it's going to be just a little bit of pink. But if you're not comfortable with that, you can go ahead and just cut that right off and put another piece. So I'm going to add to this side because I like that little narrow pink. And I want to have an edge big enough because I'm going to be trimming there. So I could add a fairly wide piece or a strip set or whatever I want to do because I'm going to have to trim at 6.5. So let me find a strip that I would like. And it doesn't have to be a plain strip. It could be like 2 strips that you sewed together just to give it some interest. Let me find the perfect thing. All right, I grabbed this little scrappy piece of pink that can be like that. And then I have this green that I liked. Do I have a piece of it there? No, I'm going to go just with this and I'm going to take that off. I'm going to sew these 2 together. I think that will look cool there. So let me just, sew those 2 together and trim that, and then I will attach it to this block. And look what I did. I completely screwed it up. I was supposed to do them, long end to end this way, but I did this instead. So I'm just putting that back in the pile and I will use that another time. So I'm still going to go with this and I'm going to find something to match up to it. We'll try again. Look, I found another piece. It had a little piece of fabric stuck to it here, so I just ripped that off. I'm gonna do this over. I'm gonna do it right this time. So I have something like this, which I can trim a little bit to make a straight edge. Let's see. I think I just feel like having my pink down here. I don't know why. Let me trim like that. And then this is the edge I'll be sewing. You can see that I'm just trimming this a little bit to eyeball like this. Ooh, I got to straighten that out a little bit more. The edge that you're sewing is the edge you want to be straight. So where's my thingamajiggy? Like that. Okay, now I have a straight edge. And I'm going to just go like this and sew. Now I have enough. I have more than 6.5 this way, and now I have to make it 9 this way. And I have like almost 8. So I want to add a good 1.5 inches there. And I could do anything that I want. Now something like this is a strip set. I could put that there, but I'm not sure where my cutting line is going to be. And some of these are narrow, you know what I mean? I don't want to be cutting like right on a seam. So I think I'm going to just find, again, maybe just one whole solid strip. Let's go see. I will find something. I'm going to keep it simple. I'm just going to do a strip like this right across the top. And of course I can go angled if I want. I think I'll do that. Maybe I'll sew it on like that at an angle. So I threw it on there at an angle, and I'm going to go ahead and trim this junk off. Now I'm going to go press it open. And because I angled it, I can't quite get 9 in this direction, so I'm going to add another strip. Ooh. Ooh, I can add that. That'll be super cool. Let me do that. Like this. Right there. It's hard to plan the edges. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be cutting in the right place. Let's see. I'm going to first cut this way. 6.5 I want, right? Yes. Oh, that's kind of cool. And now 9. And now I have to decide, do I want to keep more of this and lose some of this? I think I want to keep more of this. So I'm going to cut on the 13-inch line, and then I'll also have to cut on the 4-inch, and that's going to work great. Just always like line it up and see where you're going to cut. If you don't like where you're going to cut, then you can adjust it or add more, take some off someplace. It all works. Now, little scraps like this I don't bother keeping because there's a lot of seams and they're just very narrow. Look at my block. I like it very much. Now, I don't care about that cat eye if it's, you know, sideways or not. And then I can look and see if there's any, you know, a lot of seam things that I can trim. This is pretty good. And I am done this block. So this was S, 6.5 by 9. You're also going to do H, which is 6 wide by 5 tall. You're going to do D, which is 6.5 inches square. I will be doing those off camera. I will show them to you in the next video. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm not doing little slideshows at the end right now, but I will as I have a few more blocks. And I will be back soon with the next episode of the Quilt Along. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. Bye. And I forgot to say the playlist link for this series is in the description box also, not just the Crumb quilt adventure thingy. So go check that out. We've only made 2 blocks before this video, so you can quickly and easily get caught up.